A deputy has been shot and killed by a patient at a Minnesota hospital. Violent storms and flash floods closed sections of Interstate 5 in Southern California. Cal State Northridge offers students security escorts for increased safety measures.
This is Valley View News.
Hello and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Maria Cartaya.
And I'm Maria Leal.
A Minnesota sheriff's deputy was shot and killed while guarding a suspect inside a hospital. The suspect reportedly got out of his bed and managed to grab Deputy Steven Sandberg's gun. Sandberg was rushed to the emergency room where he died.
Everyone would keep Investigator Sandberg, his wife and daughter, in their thoughts and prayers in the coming days.
After shots were fired, security officers were able to get into the room and subdue the suspect with a taser. The man died later. Police vehicles escorted Sandberg's body to the medical examiner's office where investigators will conduct an autopsy. Investigators are still trying to determine what led up to the shooting.
Floods in the Philippines have forced 20,000 people out of their homes. Typhoon Kapu struck the country's main island of Luzon and killed 2 people. The slow-moving typhoon is causing landslides and has engulfed an entire town in floodwaters. Rescuers were unable to reach some areas of the town where residents were stranded on rooftops. Floodwaters have heavily damaged many other towns. The number of people forced to flee is expected to rise as the storm continues.
A major trucking route in Southern California was buried in up to 20 feet of mud. Nearly 200 cars and 300 people were left stranded on a stretch of State Route 58. Intense rains in the region's high desert and mountains sent mud flows onto highways. Weather experts say the storm was not related to the El Niño event forming in the Pacific Ocean.
Some fast-moving mudslides have snarled traffic on major roadways and caused damage in northern Los Angeles County. Valley View News reporter Victor Park is in the newsroom.
Thanks, Maria. The massive mudslides were a result of heavy rain that has since moved east, but the damage has been done. This is dramatic footage that many stranded drivers and passengers immediately began posting online.
Oh my God, this car is gonna hit us. Oh my God!
Now, many cars and trucks were buried in several feet of mud and debris. The dangerous mud flows and flash floods swept across Interstate 5 north of Castaic and hit roads in the Lake Hughes area. The California Highway Patrol shut down the major roadways for days. At one point, traffic was jammed for more than 40 miles. Valley View News reporter Serena Sandoval spoke to some drivers.
And I don't know, I'm going back to San Francisco, so it made my drive longer, man. So
it is delaying my sleep time and, you know, being with my kids and stuff, so.
Now, Interstate 58 remains shut down, and CHP says it might take more than a week to clean up the mess. In the newsroom, I'm Victor Park. Back to you in the studio.
Mexican officials say escaped drug lord known as El Chapo was injured while trying to avoid capture. Mexican Marines launched an operation after getting a tip Joaquin Guzman was in the northwestern town near his home state of Sinaloa. Reports say Guzman received injuries to his face and legs. Officials did not say when or how El Chapo was hurt. El Chapo escaped from a Mexican maximum security prison through a long, well-engineered tunnel in July.
Hawaii has so many homeless people that it has declared a state of emergency. The Aloha State has the highest homeless rate per capita in the U.S. There are 465 homeless people for every 100,000 residents. Governor David Ige says homelessness is a problem in every county in the state. The state of emergency frees up $1.3 million in aid to the homeless. State officials do not know why homelessness has increased so much. Some observers say low wages and high prices for housing are to blame.
Faculty members on California State University campuses have been voting whether to give their union the authority to call a strike. Serena Sandoval is in our Studio B with Professor Nate Thomas.
He's the Northridge chapter president of the California Faculty Association. That's the bargaining unit that's been negotiating a new contract for faculty, counselors, and librarians.
Thank you. I am here with Professor Nate Thomas. Nate Thomas, welcome to Studio B. My first question is, can you tell me about the arguments on the no side and the yes side of these voting polls?
Well, first of all, most professors would prefer being in the classroom and teaching and doing all the things that we do, inspiring our students, doing our research. We don't want to have to be at a point where we have to get a strike authorization vote. However, we have gone through bargaining and through the statutory legal process. we could not come to an agreement at the bargaining table, and a mediator was appointed. That's a part of the process. We could not come to an agreement after 2 sessions of mediation. So now we're in the legal process of what we call fact-finding. After fact-finding, there is a 10-day blackout period, and then after that, both sides can use what we call economic weapon as to the side of the salary issue here in the CSU with the faculty. The issues is that the California State University system wants to offer us a 2% raise. We're asking for a 5% raise, general salary increase, plus an additional 2.65% for those faculty eligible for what we call a service salary increase. It's been about 7 or 8 years since any of the faculty in the CSU has had a substantial raise.
And the no side and the yes side of the voting polls. So what would be the no side?
There's no side for me. But for the other side, there may be a no side, and what we are hearing is that they just don't have the money for it. Well, a lot of faculty, including myself, we've been to Sacramento lobbying the legislature. There are staff that have been there. There are politicians, and the CSU management, they've also lobbied, and the governor has given us, to our surprise, an additional $97 million. So a part of that money, the no side is saying, well, it's earmarked for certain things like student success. If investing in your faculty isn't a part of student success, then I don't know what is. So there is the money. It is just about priorities. It's about what they want to do with the money. And it's time to really take care of the faculty. It's been since 2007 since we've had any substantial raise. And the average salary for a faculty on the California State University Northridge campus is about $65,000 a year. With 50% of our classes being taught by part-time lecturers with the average salary of $45,000 a year. That's clearly not enough to sustain living in the middle class. Our faculty are now sliding into poverty. I walk the campus as president of the CSUN chapter of the CFA, and I know at this point there are 9 bankruptcies. Faculty who can't pay the basic bills that they need to pay, so they're filing bankruptcy. They don't have the money to live in Southern California with the expensive rents here in California, paying back the hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loans. Those degrees that they have to teach cost money. So it's not that they're trying to live above their means. They can't pay for the basics, and it's shameful. Again, I know of 9 bankruptcies, and it's heart-wrenching that our faculty are struggling.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being on the show. This is all the time we have for now.
No more time? No.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Back to you in the studio.
It's been more than 30 years since a venomous sea snake has shown up in California waters. The yellow-bellied sea snake washed up on the shore in Oxnard. Last time this highly venomous type of snake was seen in California was 1972. It's important to add it is extremely rare for people to be bitten by these sea snakes unless someone tries to pick it up. Some experts say these reptiles are attracted by the warm water of the upcoming El Niño.
New water restrictions in California are going to make lifestyles for the rich and famous a little more difficult. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power is figuring out a way to limit Bel Air's water use. The Center for Investigative Reporting says the 90210 zip code has an estate that uses more water than any other home in California. The mansion uses roughly 1 million gallons a month, enough water for about 90 average homes. At a recent LA City Council meeting, Councilman Paul Koretz asked the LADWP to find more ways that his district can stop overusing water.
Scientists say the war in Syria has complicated some crucial work on the road's rare seeds. Some of the work has been moved from war-damaged Aleppo to Morocco and Lebanon. The seeds had been preserved in a special frozen vault in the Arctic, a backup supply in case the world was hit with widespread damage to food crops. Research will resume on the strengths of drought and heat-resistant wheat, including some from Syria. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is being operated by the Norwegian government and contains seeds from nearly every known food crop in the world.
With 2 recent sexual assaults happening on or near campus, some students say they're more likely to use Matador Patrol safety escorts. Valley View News reporter Joanna Guzman rode along with the patrol.
What's your status and location?
Ocean 585, status clear. Location Northfield.
Ocean 592, copy.
That is how Matador escorts at Cal State Northridge communicate with each other to keep students on campus safe. The escorts drive and walk around campus, making sure students make it to their destination safely.
They go through a training that we set up on campus in the Department of Police Services. They are OC spray trained, pepper spray. They are taught how to provide us escort safely. They go through cart training to utilize the carts, and they're also going through tips training how to deal with students who are under the influence.
CSUN created an app for students to access more information on police services. Students may access the app by going to m.csun.edu, then scrolling down to police services and clicking on Safety Escort. Safety Escort's phone numbers can be found on the app. With the recent sexual assaults that have occurred on campus, students have said they are more likely to use the Matador patrols. With the help of the app, Matadors can now access an escort quite easily within a timely manner.
I feel that the escort services are very helpful. I feel better, I feel more safe. If they're not here to attend, I always walk with a friend.
Escorts are pretty cool. Like, it's a really efficient way to be safe out here. Like, you really never know what's really going to happen. So it's just like to get you to one point to another in a safe way. So it's pretty good. I like it.
A CSA Matador Patrol can be recognized by their red polo that says Matador Patrol, CSA Advisor, or CSA Assistant. Safety escorts are out on campus from dusk to 11 p.m., but after 11 p.m., the police department takes over. Safety is only one call and 4 wheels away. In Northridge, Juaneeq Elliott, Valley View News.
Amazon is suing more than 1,000 people for selling fake product reviews. The company says its reputation is being damaged by false and misleading reviews paid for by sellers who want to make their products more appealing. The culprits have not been identified. They use the website Fiverr.com to run fake reviews, giving products a top rating 5 stars. They charge as little as $5. Amazon says it caught the defendants by purchasing fake customer reviews on Fiverr. The lawsuit is not targeting Fiverr, and the website says it's working with Amazon to resolve the problem.
Children located in one of Los Angeles County's most densely populated cities are now enjoying a new park. Valley View News reporter Maria Leal has more on Benito Juarez Park.
A park has become more than just another space for the city of Maywood. The city of Maywood, located in the southeast area of Los Angeles, is a dense community surrounded by factories, train tracks, and homes really close together with not enough room for kids to go out and play. Maywood's mayor says that this new park is a big step.
This park is very important. It's the newest park we've built in several years. And being a poor park community, we need and we understand and we recognize that there is a need for more open space for our kids and for the youth in Maywood.
Maywood is one of the smallest cities in LA County, only 1.2 square miles, but it had only one other park. Edison International gave $50,000 to a nonprofit organization to build another one. The park has a playground, skateboarding area, and a mini soccer field. Park goers say that they enjoy the new open space that they now have next door.
It's peaceful and it's really relaxing, and it's just really fresh, and I just come here to do my homework and yeah, it gives you like that quiet place you need.
I like to come to a park because it's relaxing. I like hanging out with my friends and having fun.
It takes many people to make a park work, and Maywood residents are doing their part by enjoying and keeping the park safe for the children. Building recreation areas in underserved communities gives children alternatives by allowing them to stay active in a positive way for a better future. In Maywood, Maria Leal, Valley View News. CSUN students have been following the first Democratic debate. This is what they had to say.
It was kind of nice not seeing it from the Republican debate, which was just kind of like a circus.
It was one of the first debates that I actually tuned in and actually watched the majority of it. And I think Bernie Sanders was probably the best candidate that focused on all the real topics in the economy that are really affecting everybody.
I believe Hillary performed the best. I believe that she stood her ground.
I thought it was very good. I'm siding with Bernie Sanders. I thought he did a very good job. I thought he was very much in control.
Coming up next, comedian Tracy Morgan is back on Saturday Night Live.
The Abbott Kinney Festival raised more than $200,000 to improve the city of Venice, and find out who won the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor.
Hey there, Mrs. Carter. You can earn over 10% on your money if you deposit your savings into our investment
lucky
program.
sweepstakes winner.
Mrs.
Just
Carter,
enter your
Grandma,
contact
enter your
information
checking
and
account
your
information.
winnings will
Grandma,
be
it's
mailed
me.
to
Please
you.
help me. I'm stuck in Ohio and my wallet was stolen. Please send me some money so I can get home.
Millions of people, especially seniors, are targeted every day by an array of fraudulent scams through online technology. Please be aware.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Looks like Tracy Morgan is back on track. Amy Martinez has more in her entertainment report.
Thank you, Maria. What better way to end the summer than to celebrate with lively music, delicious food, and colorful art? It was a taste of community culture in Venice. If you're into Greek food, there is a booth for you. Mexican, Central American, organic, there are booths for this also. Now in its 31st year, the Abbott Kinney Festival shuts down a mile-long stretch of the boulevard to make room for 300 vendors, artists, multiple stages, and even games for kids. But for some, it's more than food that brings them back.
You know, it just happens to be the perfect timing for the festival. We don't usually have anything planned for this time of the year, right? We're done with vacationing.
What many don't know is that the festival is actually a large fundraiser to improve the city.
With the help of local vendors like this one, the Abbott Kinney Festival has donated more than $250,000 through their grants program.
Among the multiple recipients is Westminster Elementary School. Parent Molly Hedford is excited to be supporting her child's school.
Well, for us, it's wonderful exposure for our school, but as a community member, it's a collective way to get together for a good cause. It raises money for grants for nonprofit organizations and organizations that have projects that benefit the entire community.
It's a celebration of art and culture and everything that represents the spirit of Venice. Organizers say anyone interested can come check out next year's festivities on the last Sunday of September. In Venice, Amy Martinez, Valley View News. Eddie Murphy has received the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor at the Kennedy Center. To show his appreciation, Murphy performed a brief stand-up comedy routine, something he hasn't done in nearly 30 years. Murphy entertained the crowd for about 5 minutes and did an impression of disgraced comedian Bill Cosby. Many friends and colleagues compared Murphy to legendary comedian Richard Pryor and thanked Murphy for paving the way for their success. Among those friends is Chris Rock, who says Eddie Murphy made him the man he is today. Toddlers and parents are learning some new dance moves at a studio in La Cañada, Flintridge. Valley View News reporter Ayo Arelaja stepped into the dance room to check it out.
Here we go.
Here at the La Cañada Community Center, Joanne Vores teaches dance classes. A particular dance class called Parent and Me engages parents and children to interact with one another. Vores joins in on the fun as she dances and instructs at the same time. The children are able to freely express themselves through movement and different dance styles. Linda Tashakor says it's a great way for her daughter to learn discipline.
She listens to me all day long, so
I think she needs that instruction from an authority figure.
The children use props to make things more exciting. Vore says she makes sure the child and parent bond together.
I really encourage the parent to work with the child, and if the child sees the parent dancing, they're more likely to do the same. So I do encourage that. They work together as a team.
Lindsay O'Connor loves coming to class with her daughter.
My favorite part is that she gets to run around and move and express herself, and she just really loves coming and interacting with the other little kids.
Of course, Cambria had something to say for herself.
I like in class.
The kids you see behind me have actually just graduated from the last class that you just saw, which means no more parental supervision, and they can keep taking these classes even as an adult. In La Cañada, Flint Ridge, Iowa Elijah for Valley View News.
There is much controversy going around the November cover of Ebony magazine. The cover features the entire family of The Cosby Show behind shattered glass, with the title saying Family Issues, Cosby vs. Cliff. Some readers say they are startled to see a magazine that features African American families in a positive way negatively portray The Cosby Show. Critics are saying that the publication should have separated Bill Cosby from the rest of the family and from the show. Tracy Morgan made a triumphant return to host Saturday Night Live for the first time since being critically injured in a car accident. Morgan broke his nose, ribs, and leg last June when a Walmart truck hit his limo bus. The comedian joked about his injuries following the crash in his opening monologue.
People were wondering, can he speak? Does he have 100% mental capacity? But the truth is, I never did. I might actually be a few points higher now.
Morgan also thanked his 30 Rock co-stars Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin, Jane Krakowski, and Jack McBayer, who reunited for a skit with the comedian. Blake Shelton has sued In Touch Weekly magazine over a story that claims he was going into rehab. The defamation lawsuit seeks more than $1 million in damages for an article that Shelton's lawyers say is false. The In Touch story was published in September. It also alleged Shelton was drinking heavily as a result of his split with wife Miranda Lambert. Taylor Swift has been named the highest paid musician in the world. It was reported that she made $1 million a day during the 2015 year. Since January, she has earned roughly $300 million. Her fifth album sold 1 million copies within the first week. Swift was placed at number 8 on the Forbes Celebrity 100 list. She made number 64 on the list of powerful women. That's it for entertainment. Back to you guys.
When we come back, a recap of action in the Major League Baseball playoffs. Former NBA player Lamar Odom is showing signs of improvement.
And find out about a college football player getting harsh reaction for a mistake on the field.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it. Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
Lamar Odom is recovering and the World Series is approaching. Here's Harry Ebelson with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Maria. Only 4 teams remain in the Major League Baseball playoffs. After eliminating the Los Angeles Dodgers in the Division Series, the New York Mets are now playing the Chicago Cubs in the National League Championship Series. Mets second baseman Daniel Murphy has already had a huge series, hitting 2 home run blasts in both of the first 2 games against aces John Lester and Jake Arrieta. The Mets defense has also impressed, including this play by Curtis Granderson robbing Chris Coughlin of a home run. Wow, what a catch. In the American League, the Kansas City Royals are taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays ace David Price took a 3-0 lead into the 6th inning of Game 2 before giving up 5 runs in the 7th. Eric Hosmer started the Royals scoring with an RBI single to left, and then Mike Moustakas tied it up with another single right after Hosmer. This one to right field, scoring a run. Finally, Alex Gordon got a base hit that gave the Royals a lead they would hold on to. And here's that hit right there, another one to right center, scoring a run, giving the Royals the 4-3 lead. The winners of these 2 series will play each other in the World Series. A football player at the University of Michigan is receiving death threats because he fumbled the football. Punter Blake O'Neill dropped the ball while trying to kick it away on the last play of the game against rival Michigan State. The ball was then recovered by the Spartans' Jalen Watts-Jackson, who ran it 38 yards for a game-winning touchdown. Not only did it help Michigan State beat its longtime rival from Ann Arbor, it also kept its undefeated streak alive. Following the game, many Wolverine fans went on social media and began threatening O'Neill's life. Michigan interim athletic director Jim Hackett says he's in shock over the hateful comments toward the 22-year-old punter. Former NBA star Lamar Odom is breathing on his own. Odom was hospitalized last week after being found unconscious at a brothel in Nevada. Odom's former coach Jim Herrick says Odom is surrounded by support.
He must want to help himself. I've always said if it is to be, it's up to me and it's up to Lamar. If he wants to be helped, if he wants to take the right path, then he'll have all the support in the world.
The brothel's employees say Odom was laying in bed on his side and unresponsive when they found him. It took Odom 3 days in the hospital to regain consciousness. His family says he is now making progress. USC's athletic director is feeling better after a health scare during a Trojan football game. Pat Hayden said he did not feel well and dropped to one knee during SC's game against Notre Dame. The Trojan AD was helped off the sideline and taken to a hospital. He then took to Twitter and thanked everyone for the support, saying he's doing much better. SC lost to the Fighting Irish 41-31 and will head back to the Coliseum to play the number 3 team in the country, the Utah Utes. Former Olympic athlete Oscar Pistorius has been released from a South African prison and placed under house arrest. Pistorius was sentenced to 5 years in prison for negligence in the killing of his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp, on Valentine's Day of 2013. The Paralympic runner said he shot his girlfriend by accident after mistaking her for an intruder. South African law allows convicted criminals who have served at least 1/6 of their sentence to finish it on house arrest. The disabled athlete became known for competing in the 2012 London Olympics with lower legs made of carbon fiber. That's it for sports. Back to you.
Thank you for watching Valley View News. I'm Maria Cartaya.
And I'm Maria Leal. Have a great day.